Good evening, YouTube. Good morning, good afternoon, depending. This is me all the way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube, folks. I've done this a couple of times. We're having a part two. This is a take two because earlier this week we had an interview on Tuesday. It was a Tuesday, yeah, with
Yeah.
lovely Miss Alicia Jarmon, and during the interview we had technical difficulties, and also she had to her son who just competed at a tournament for state championship. He just
Yes.
finished it
Right.
up. Congratulations to him. She also had to go that same day. She had to also had a game, so she had to get there. So we couldn't. She came back, but we just say, what, let's try to do this again and go back through. So we welcome again the lovely Miss Alicia.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Not a problem, not a problem. Thank you for your time. So, folks, we'll go back for what we stopped at. As we were talking earlier, we were talking about her friendship with Donna Jones, IFB Physique Pro and Masters Olympian.
Yes.
And I think we were talking about how y'all two met,
Yes.
because you said you followed on social media.
Yeah. Well, actually, I found her on someone else's social media. She was giving a testimony about the newbie treatment, for like the neuro stimulation. It stimulates the muscle and all of that. And I was having knee troubles, and she was saying that this system really worked. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And so that particular coach, of course, he knew her very well, and they were friends and they worked out together sometimes. So he introduced her to me when we were training at Kinetics out here in Houston, and we've been friends ever since. It was crazy, just that connection. Didn't expect it, but it was beautiful. Oh my God. Just gleaning from her and her watching her work ethic and all the different the struggles she's had and still, competing. It's been great. It's been great. She's been a great inspiration to me for in this sport, you know.
I know y'all two have some things in common. Both y'all mothers, also grandmothers.
Yeah.
She has a couple of adopted kids and her one daughter, and also she has a grandbaby.
Yep.
I know one of her adopted kids passed away some time ago.
Yes,
And
yes,
that
yes.
was tough. I mean,
That was really tough. And it was
mhm.
it was, during her prep season. Oh my gosh. That was really hard.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Like I said, I never, could. My mother, like I said, she had to bury three of her children.
Yes.
One of my older brothers, he was stillborn, and my oldest brother, he passed away
Yeah.
about 22 years ago, and my other sister, she passed away. It's been like almost a little over 8 years now.
Oh wow,
And
yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't know what to do if I was a parent and had to bury a child before you bury.
Right.
It's one thing you bury a husband, but then turn around, you had to bury one of your children.
Children, I know that. Oh God. I know I've had close friends close to me, relatives who have definitely lost children. My mom, even because we lost my sister, and of course I was right there with all of that. That was rough. Yeah.
So yeah, that's good that you and Donna have this great relationship. Y'all train together, work together, good
Oh my
friendship going
God.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially in sport of bodybuilding, it seems it's a kind of a selfish sport because of the extreme of the sport. And
Right.
then and sometimes if you I don't know if you follow and stuff right now. If you pay attention to what's going on in IFBB, particularly in the women's physique division, where you have the former champion and the current champion, they're kind of going at it so much more
I
from
saw that. Yeah.
it's so much more because I think she's right there in your area, Texas. Because
Yeah.
because and my
That's
standpoint of this, like this is it. This is a sport. Unless you don't come in your best shape, someone comes better. Just all you gotta do is just go back to the gym and work at it.
and work it. Yeah. That's the way. That's what this is designed for you to do. That to me, that's what makes it so much fun. I mean, you can always change your physique. You can always work harder. It's never ending, honestly. You know. And you're right. I mean, we shouldn't get into that. That it shouldn't be that way. If if you don't win, then just go back and go back to the lab, as they say, and rework some things.
That's the thing about this. It's a understanding the work, the dedication. It's like anything. All athletes have to. If you don't have, if you don't like your competitor, at least respect them. You know what? Oh, wait a
I
minute.
believe that.
I just had what's going on here? I think I got an issue here. Wait a minute. what's going on here? Let me see what's going on here. Who's this? Who's this?
Hi, Donna.
Well, I thought I have a little surprise for you. Yeah, like oh, feel like I see color purple with 50 Cent
Yeah.
dancing. So, folks, if you recognize this lady, she's been a guest on my channel before. We have the lovely Mrs. Donna Jones, IFB Pro and Master Olympian. Donna, these two are good friends. I said, you know what? I want her to come on and talk about her friend and talk about their
That's
story.
so
How,
nice.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Donna is. This is going to be her last tour as IFBB Pro. You know,
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
as a fan, we see our ladies retire because we're gonna miss those beautiful muscles. But
Uh-huh.
we can catch it on your on social media stuff like guys. You can still catch it on social media. It's out there. Yeah, I know we won't see you in a little suit, ripping shredded. You get kind of excited about
I know, I know. It's
that.
okay. I still be around because my girl here, she's
Yep.
gonna be looking to, for her getting for her pro card and stuff. So hey, I'm still gonna be there for her 110%.
Yes.
So I'll be
Oh,
around. I might not be all chopped up all year round and stuff like that, but hey, I'ma still have these lovely little lady lumps here.
yes, indeed.
so,
They're not
well,
going nowhere.
So Donna, what do you see her as her prospects as IB Pro? Like, because it's tough, especially it took
Yeah.
you a good while for you got your pro card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, it's good. It's tough, especially her. She's natural, of course. So we have to work harder. For she have to work
Mm.
harder with a natural physique. So, but I I can see 100% that she's gonna get her
Oh,
pro card.
thank you,
Yeah,
Donna. She's pushing me to. She's pushing
yeah.
me. Oh,
Mm-hmm. This is road to
Rose
pro
of
right
Love.
now for her. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I can
Chad,
I can I can see it because I mean this lady here. I'm telling you, I can say hands down that there's nothing whatsoever will
No.
get in this lady way to keep pushing for anything that she put her mind to.
Yeah.
I've seen it with my own two eyes. Okay,
No.
I've seen this lady came from, you know, we know with having the weight and stuff like that to like literally, okay, shredding down to make it to the stage with all the ups and downs, with all the struggles, with all the rocky roads, with all the waves, and with all the titles. This
Turn.
woman
Mm.
here just kept. If I had half of the strength and the motivation that she have right now,
You do.
back then, I'm telling you.
Oh, back then, yeah. Yeah.
that's the thing is, it's that's the important part of when you have somebody in your corner, who supports you. You support
That's,
her when you went with her when she was Chicago and got her
Oh
master
yes.
throw
oh,
qualification.
yes.
Mm-hmm,
And you went
mm-hmm.
So,
with her to Japan and Stanley, and
Yes.
you go
mhm.
to her
Yes.
shows because
Mm-hmm.
people. Like I said we earlier, people see the sport very selfish, but it is even though you're on the stage by yourself, there is a team. Her
There's a
coach, your
team.
coach,
There's a team. Yeah.
the people who stand in the corner, your kids.
Yeah.
That's the thing about that sport. It's good to have that support because most people may not have that
Yeah. It's
because
true.
I've said this before often. This sport can really take a lot out of you physically,
Oh.
mentally, emotionally,
Emotionally.
financially. That's the big part right there. Because
That part.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Especially that part.
yeah, because for like I always say this for you ladies, it's a expense show day, and compared to the guys who got to put on bare banana hammocks and board shorts, that's about it.
Right.
And yeah, the cost of traveling to the shows, like you did
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, you went to
Mm-hmm.
Japan, you
Mm-hmm.
went
Yeah.
to I think the Masters was it in Arizona?
No.
Uh
Where do we went to Japan. We
We
went
went.
to,
We went to Chicago
I mean,
first.
Chicago.
Well, I went to
Then,
Seattle. That was the first one,
yeah.
Emerald
and then
Cup.
yeah, Emerald Cup, and then from Emerald Cup to Chicago Pros, and then Japan. Then a week, not even a week and a half later, we were on a plane. It's like like in a whirlwind, everything happening
Yeah.
so fast and like, oh my God, like,
Hmm.
how are we gonna get to Japan now? It was crazy. But I tell people all the time, it takes a village to get you to the stage.
It does.
Don't be selfish, people thinking that because that you on the stage by yourself, that you got yourself there. No,
No, yeah.
no. Mm-mm.
Family, friends, the
Yes,
sacrifices, that you
yes.
had to make, and just people pushing and supporting you.
Yeah.
It's a village.
My
The
my
coaching.
my church people, I'm
Hmm.
gonna tell you, those people love me like
Faithful.
I'm telling you, it's like those people in my church, my sisters and brothers and my pastor and everybody, they come together and help me so much when
Yeah,
I have shows.
and
You
it's a
know,
beautiful thing.
yeah, I take the whole family with me when I'm there
Hmm.
on stage. It's not just me. And I'm not just to asking God to let me place, because I'm asking him to let me do this for my people. You
Yeah,
know, the ones that stood there with me, the ones that have been there in my corner and stuff.
yeah.
And that lady right there, I'm telling you, she took some hangry and
It was
stressed out, you
it was
know,
an honor.
you know, talking from me, and she would always, she knows how to calm me down. She's like, Donna wanna take a deep breath. She knew how
Yeah.
to really, because when you go into big shows like this, your emotions and everything is just like
Yes.
all over the place, and sometimes things come out your mouth that you like, oh my God, did I just say that?
And
Like,
but
really?
yeah, it's such a beautiful thing though, because like you were saying about just the support, having the support of others.
Yeah.
I could, like, how can you look at that any different? You know what to expect. You know
Hmm.
that I'm here to support you in whatever it is you need, because we're bringing you to the stage. Period.
Hmm. Hmm.
It doesn't matter if you have an attitude. Doesn't matter if you're hangry. If you need this, you need that. If I'm freezing and you hot, I'm gonna freeze, because I'm not gonna.
And we had
And that's
sometimes like,
and that's
So
how it was. I'm just gonna wrap up, just whatever that is, to support. Because if you're calm and you're relaxed, then you can focus on what you need to focus on, keeping your cortisol low, all of that, and that's
yeah,
what your support team is
yeah,
supposed to do.
yeah,
Be there
yeah,
for
yeah,
you in that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
and that's it's good for a sport team, especially y'all have two different aspects of training when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
you're
yeah.
natural, she's
Mm-hmm,
enhanced.
mm-hmm,
You respect what she does, you respect what you
That's
do,
it. Yeah.
and
mm-hmm,
it's especially as women, because this sport, as I talk about quite often, this sport can very be, there's so many issues with it, because people have, like, I know we are two hanging out. I know, y'all two, like I said, this is, for me as a muscle pro, this is kind of exciting. I had two buff chicks at the same time. So, but other men may not find that appealing, because y'all both beautiful women in your own
Mm.
right.
oh,
And
thank you.
ma'am. See, I went my Doc Holliday. He's a Southern gentleman. He always say, man, man, it's my pleasure to tell a lady that she's lovely. That's just my thing. That's why I wear my
Yeah.
doc today, you know. And that's the thing, is that everybody has their opinion or their thought of somebody else. I've talked to ladies. I know ladies who just attractive, who got to deal with people making comments, and you have kids, both of y'all. And I
Mm-hmm,
know it's a time
mm-hmm.
when sometimes you're out and about and people are looking up and down. Children are a little more kinder because they're kind of curious, but adults can be.
It could be mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And those are things that we have to deal with on an everyday basis. But I feel like, you know, if you know yourself, we,
That's
we
it.
know how hard we work when we get in the gym. You
Yes.
know, I'm not always in prep. I'm natural. As soon as I get off prep, that's it. And that's the
Mhm.
work that I put in, like, literally on my own
Yeah.
for
So,
months at a time. Months at a
yeah.
time. So I feel like when I put that work in without having anything, then that's my blessing. So
Mhm.
I feel like if anybody else had to say anything, oh, you look like a guy or whatever,
Okay.
whatever,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's fine. I know God love me. Hey, and I know the friends that and the people that are around me, my people, they love me just as much, just
That's
how
it.
I am.
That's it.
That's what make me put a smile on my face. I'm like, yeah, because we get a lot of people, even us working out. People look at us and this, especially men, they snur their face up and all that, and but that's jealousy because it's not my fault that you don't look like us.
Here, I'll make that point like this. As a man, I have no reason to be jealous of a woman.
Right.
Because you're a woman. We're, like I said this, we're the same race, but we're different species. Different genders. You want to say like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What you can do in the same things I do, because you know what? When I was younger, I was like, by the time I was 16, I was pressing 350 on the bench press. I was doing
Mm-hmm.
550 on the squat. I was one younger man. Me now, I'm a little bit old, I'm a little bit broken, but what you do, because you are a competitor. Both of you are competitors.
Right.
You're amateur, you're a pro, you're both competitors. And men who look at that, he should either be like, wow, like, I don't know, maybe just me. I'd be like wondering, like, I'd be kind of shy, I'd be kind of scared, because I don't know if you might want to, hurt me or something like that. But because y'all so big and buff, But that's the thing, is that any man who gets intimidated by a woman, there's something wrong. You got, I would say, like,
Yeah.
maybe it's something, it's something saying, you might have a little sugar in your tank.
Yeah.
Well, just as much as we may get the, negative comments and looks or whatever, we also get a lot of positive.
A
We are
lot. A lot.
inspiring people,
Mm-hmm.
a lot. They come, and it's beautiful that they come and say something, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
extremely encouraging. Some of them aren't intimidated. They come up to ask Donna so many questions because,
Mm-hmm.
she packing all that muscle. They want to know, she's packing that heat, and they
Mm-hmm.
want to know, like, like, how can I get this, or what can I work on with that? And I sit back
Yeah.
and just,
Yes.
it's
Mm-hmm.
lovely. It's beautiful, that they're not intimidated to come and ask questions. And
Yeah.
and
Especially
it
this
makes our
gym that
workout.
we go to. I mean, a lot of people
Yeah.
there. If they see me and they don't see her, they're asking, like,
Like, where's she at?
"Where's your second in command?"
Like, where's
Second.
Frick? Hey, where's Frick? You're Frank. Where's Frick?
Yeah. And there's one guy that he always said, "Oh, she wasn't happy today. She just put her headphones
Yeah.
on it. That's it."
Until I come.
Uh huh.
Then you can hear us smiling and laughing about
Uh
or
huh. And they come in. They're so nice. They come in and just approach and say, "Okay, now the two of them are back together again. Okay,
yes.
and
Oh,
now
And
everybody is happy."
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so much more fun when you are hurting yourself with someone else.
Uh huh. It's not good to die alone.
No, no.
no, no,
We
that's
don't
right.
die alone.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's good that y'all two come together. Like, when y'all train together, what do you feel like is your best workouts? When like, especially like with you, this is Alicia. What do you feel
Mhm.
like is your best workout when you're in the gym with Donna? And the thing that really, and the one that you feel like I need to really work on to make everything myself more complete.
I think, I, honestly, overall, every workout we do, I think, because although she's also working on her body parts and making sure her body fits criteria and all that, she's also encouraging me in what I need. Like, just paying attention to that, which we walk out of that gym after every workout saying that was a good workout.
Yes.
That
Mm-hmm.
was a good work because we were pushing each other, and it's a collaborative thing, So it's not like she's just working on me and not focusing on herself. It's both of us together, because what I've learned from her, then I'm able to give back to her, right? And vice versa. So I can say just one thing. It's everything. When I first started working out with her, we was working out with lots of people together, and I could not, I could not push any of that weight. But I was determined. I'm like, okay, I am. Why?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I am. Oh no, keep that
Mm-hmm.
plate on. Let me try that. And I might
Mm-hmm.
get one or two reps.
Mm-hmm.
But as I continued, I was determined, no matter what, I'm coming out, because she's the rabbit. She's already done it. She's you know already, she has so much wisdom in this. I can glean, I can learn, and she's a great pusher. So it just pushed me to go past my own limits. Because when we're working out by ourselves, you won't necessarily push yourself as hard as somebody else would. And the days that I'm not feeling my best, or I'm not feeling very strong, and and we're working out together, then because she is, it pushes me to do that the same, So yeah, I can definitely say it's every workout. When we have a leg day, when we have a back day, no matter what, arm day, whatever it is, it will be good. We're not wasting time. You
Mm-mm.
know,
Mm-mm.
every workout is gonna be, it's intentional because we have goals, and we remind each other of the goals. I don't care if we, like I said, if we are going through some things, okay, let's leave that aside. Let's
Mm-hmm.
get this in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this in. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so
Yeah.
it's been beautiful. Every workout, every workout.
That's good that you two can like just really connect. It can be both competitive but also companionship in the
It,
Yes.
gym together
Yes.
because
Yes.
I
Yeah.
know I used to work out, but it was different when I was in high school. When we have a bunch of guys, "Oh, come on, man, come on, you can do it, you can do it. You push that one last rep." But then when you do it by yourself, you don't really push as far as you want because
Mm-hmm.
no,
Mm-hmm.
it's not either there's no really encouragement or really no competition. It's just
Yeah.
you
yeah,
versus you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
So
it
so
is.
that's where we always, left off with each other. If I'm working out by myself or she has to work out by herself because of her clients or whatever, I always tell her the same amount of work that you put in when we together is the same
Hmm.
amount of work you have to put in when you by yourself,
That's
because
true.
what counts.
Yeah.
I trained myself for years, except for with the days that I'm with my coach. I had maybe 2 days with him, and all the other days was me on
Hmm.
me. So I had to push myself just as hard as working out by myself, because I already know when I get back to him and he see me looking like, oh,
Like you
okay,
can manage.
yeah, what's the matter with you? You're not able to handle it. What are you doing in the gym? What are you doing when you go to work out? He's gonna start questioning my integrity, how what I put in to
Yeah,
my own workouts, and he never had to do that up to now. Still,
yeah,
he already know when
yeah,
it's time for me to train. He don't have to worry about me. He don't have to worry about me putting in my cardio. He don't have to worry about me getting in my nutrition and stuff. Only sometimes, because when life catch up, yeah, sometimes you kind of like miss a meal here and there. But I'm just saying, those are things that he would tell anybody. He doesn't have to worry about.
yeah.
I take care of my business,
You're right.
and then when he sees me and he trains me, I stand up to it.
Yeah.
And so
So
it's her.
see the privilege that I have to glean under a professional, an
Mm-hmm.
Olympian. She shares all of those things. As I was coming in the beginning, just doing it for sport, for fun, like just willy nilly. Now changing my goals and my desires in the sport. That's the way God works. So then He had us cross paths, right? So watching her, hearing her, understanding what it takes, my mindset, what has to change in my mind, rest and recovery. She's on me all the time about things like that. That's what it takes to be a pro, right? That's the road to pro. So not only do I get that opportunity to glean from her, with the workouts and form and things like that and the push, but then also the mindset because that's vital, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's good to have that, especially understanding, what it takes to be in this sport,
In this
and
sport.
because this sport is not as well known compared to others. It's been around for a long time, but I've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
It's pretty much worldwide because I've interviewed ladies from other parts of the world, other
Yeah.
parts of the country, but still, it's like we talked about. I think even David talked about how what can we do to get it more attention. I even do we every so often on my we talk about some of my Must Talk Monday podcast. We talk about things like tomorrow I'm gonna have a thing on Sunday where I talk about what's going on with women's bodybuilding. And
Hmm.
even certain
Yeah.
divisions like physique, you've also maybe a couple of shows this year. Figure even has been cut from some shows, like especially
Yeah.
like one of the bigger shows,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
all the
Mm-hmm.
classic.
Oh
Yeah.
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 And
Yeah.
it's not like I said, and also we talk about how we go back to the expense of it because for you ladies, you have the cost of your suits, the travel
Mm-hmm.
expenses,
My,
hair, your makeup, Get tan. Now you do your own hair and makeup pretty much,
Yeah,
Alicia,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
and you probably help Donna with hers. So
Oh,
that
yeah.
she
thing
did
makes
my hair.
sense.
She hooked this sister up with her hair.
Yeah.
So-
And it's
So see,
supple. Yeah,
I'll talk about
supplements.
mine. What can I do with mine? Because I have to, this is all of
You-
it right now. I'm gonna, in the next couple of months. I'm gonna cut. It's gonna be time for me to start shedding because it's kind of it's getting a little warmer now and
Coming
time
on
to
to
shed.
summertime, George.
Yeah,
Summertime.
yeah. And also, I'm planning on going out of town myself. I'm planning on a trip. I'm not gonna say just yet, but I have.
Ooh.
I'm going
Well,
up
that's exciting.
north. I'm going up north. I've never been up north in my life. I got.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a country boy going up there north. Maybe hit the big city, but
All right.
yeah, because doing this content and talk to you ladies, I really get to learn stuff. I hear your
Yeah,
stories, and that's why I enjoy the opportunity to have someone like Dom on here. She's been on here guest before, and
yeah,
she really
Mhm.
brings a great energy to you. And and I remember I saw you interview with David, and y'all just really were just having fun, and bounce off each other. And
Mhm.
that's why I reached out to Donna and said, you know what, let's have Donna here have a little fun. And
Mhm.
yeah,
she's game for it. And that's important to understand that even though sport can take a lot out of you, you still have to kind of grind yourself a little bit. Like I was talking with Dom, like talking about Alicia, the situation going on in your division
hmm,
Mhm.
with the
Mhm.
with the two
Yeah.
Olympians.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's the thing. They're still children because I think that's probably maturity is a factor when it comes to sport. That's why I enjoy when I talk to you mature ladies, who I think like in my age, because you're like, y'all might like, most definitely you're like, oh, about just a year younger than me because I'm gonna be 50.
yeah.
You're gonna be 52 this year, right?
I'm gonna be 52. Yeah,
I'm gonna 52 in November. And
yeah.
Donna, I usually don't accolade her age, but I know you're up there too. And that's where I
Yeah.
think,
I got y'all beat by
She
far.
got this. Yeah,
yeah. But like I said, yeah, yeah, hey, like the old saying, like the older the wine, the finer with time. That's how you do it.
Hey, black of the
Yeah,
berry, the sweeter the
freedom of the juice.
juicy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like it's episode of one of my favorite shows. What was it? Martin, when he
oh,
had
right.
like I have Gina and I have Pam. I have caramel and chocolate.
Yeah.
So he said, my man Jerome.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, Martin is that's one of my great shows. And
I know. I love him.
that's the thing is that I think with women, everybody has the mindset that it can be. I think a little more contentious sometimes with women when it comes to the
Yeah,
sport. Because it
Yeah.
can be a bit of rivalry. Guys kind of rivalry, but it's with men. Like I remember growing up, when we were boys, we fight each other. Then next thing we
Yeah.
get
mhm,
money.
Yeah.
The next,
Mhm.
right.
the next day, when y'all girl
Mhm.
fight, y'all like the outlaw jokes you wear. Y'all live for the grudge.
Yeah, right. For the grudge. But
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
been it's been for me because I guess I mean I love people. I'm a hairstylist. I mean you gotta love them, right? And I take that because that's the way I thought the sport was going to be when I first, got into it. And then, like I was telling you before, finding out or with everybody that I've only met a couple of people who were really, standoffish, more or less. And I guess it was just more I don't know, maybe they were the intimidation and, like when you get, I guess
Mhm.
like you're putting your sport mind on or your competition face or whatever
Yeah. Yeah.
that I've run into a couple of people like that, but even for me, it doesn't bother me. But it's been a great thing to be able to be backstage and just really kind of rally the ladies in, loving on them, encouraging
Mhm.
them,
Mhm.
that kind of stuff, and it does lighten up the atmosphere, like literally, you know. Um, and I think a lot of people, like you said, maybe they go in thinking that way as well, like the intimidation or the competition, that kind of stuff, and then everybody's kind of closed mouth and still tight. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't help myself but to go back there
Mhm. To
and
be honest with you though, I I kind of I get quiet like a couple weeks before a show and
mm,
stuff. But actually, when I get backstage, she
yes,
would tell you. Even when we together, I would talk and stuff. But mainly, my mind is like I'm focusing at that point in time.
hmm,
But when I'm actually backstage,
yeah,
I
it's
want
that
to meet the
time,
ladies. I
Yes.
want to meet ladies, and when the music come on, I was like, "Hey, girl, hey!" I'm ready to like let all this load that I've been
Yeah.
working on for all these months. I'm ready to let it go, and I'm ready to really enjoy and embrace these other beautiful women
That's
beside
right.
me. You
That's
know,
right.
and let it be a competition. Let it be us women that coming together and we. I mean, I had some like for Olympia. OMG. Um, what's the name? I forgot. What's the name? The
Tracy.
Tracy.
Oh God.
Oh, Tracy
I've
Guy.
never.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
yeah. Oh
I
Tracy.
have.
So beautiful.
She has a great
Oh,
Oh,
personality. She's been a guest on here because remember
yeah. I
we
love
brought her
her.
on that time after we did the post masters. You, me,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Tracy,
yeah. The round table.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl, and
Yeah,
Trish Wood. And she's. I remember first time I interviewed her.
yeah.
She's just a great. She's like laughing. She's very
Oh,
passionate too because her husband
She's a,
Iranian, and
yeah.
he's really passionate about what's going on in his own country. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember
Yeah.
when I told her, "Hey, you have a great physique. You are going to be make it to Olympia." She did, and then she gets the Masters Olympia, and she has a great
Mm-hmm.
personality about her. So I think that's the
oh,
one thing. She's just. I hope we can see her maybe competing this year. She hadn't announced so she
She
competing
she
soon.
is. She told me she already picked some shows and stuff like that. So
so that's
I'm
exciting.
yeah. She. Oh my gosh, she lights up the room,
Lights up the
and
room.
I'm right there with her. We're like, hey.
Hmm.
Those Aussies, it's a different level of
Yeah.
people.
And
Yeah.
that's what makes it so much fun. Like
That's
this
what
is
we
a fun,
need.
focused
That's
fun.
what we need. It's
Yes.
that bond, and I think that's why the shows are so like it's so scattered because it's people are not women. We're not seeing it as as a way to just meet other people,
Mhm.
get
And
to know their
experience.
stories. You share your own story and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know, and everybody want to be stiff and just like this and like it's time for me to just let everything flow when I get to the back because
Yep.
I know I'm ready to do some damage when I get up there, but I'm gonna make some friends while I'm here,
Right.
and I did make some beautiful, beautiful people. Their heart is nice, their
Yes.
laughter is contagious, and I just want more of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because it's
you
up to
know,
the judges at that point, like you said, George. You are in the gym, you do the work, you've
yeah.
done all of that. Now
Mm-hmm.
we get
Mm-hmm.
there, it's like you may as well relax. Now it's not you need that encouragement though, right? And that's what we should be there for. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
older ones, the wiser ones helping the people who are just coming in, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
just encouraging them to, it's okay, just relax. We're here now, let's just
Mm-hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
fun. We only have a
And
few seconds on stage, you know?
I know this is the one little girl from China. She told me, she said, I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Yeah,
This is my that I just made the Olympia just now. This is my like first biggest show. And she was terrified.
yeah,
And while I
yeah,
was sitting there warming up and stuff, I was talking to her and stuff and like, just go do the best you can, love. Enjoy it. You
yeah,
worked hard for this moment.
that's right.
Enjoy this moment.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
show them what you have. Show them what you can do.
that's right.
You're the one that worked to get here. You're the one that belong here. They don't just throw anybody in here. You have to win a show in order to be here. So you did it before.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And
because
to
I
get that
know.
kind of encouragement on show day, backstage, it's
Hmm.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
She said,
It is
Yeah,
"Thank you
so
so
beautiful.
much."
Yeah.
And that warmed me because I was like, man, I wanted to see her smile. I
yeah.
Yeah.
wanted to,
I
you know.
remember I had an interview with a lady a while back. She's going to make her pro debut at Triple O, and she remembered that she did Chicago. She did Miss International, but didn't get a pro card there. She went to do the USA's, and then her suit, I think the strap broke on it, and she had a lady who lent her a suit. I've had ladies who told me that. I think one lady told me in an interview where she forgot her shoes. She was doing figure,
Yes.
but somebody gave her shoes for the one that told her to bring them back later. It's good, like that camaraderie.
That's what
And
I'm
we,
saying.
Yes.
We have
Yeah.
it. It's there.
Mhm.
yeah,
And sometimes it just needs to be encouraged, and sometimes, we if we're not quiet, then you kind of and you encourage other people to open up too.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
good. That's
Mhm.
why I reach out to ladies like what I want to say. Let's talk about. Like, I got a lady right now. She's kind of nervous. It's gonna be her first time doing an interview. I said, here, this is what it's about you. It's just you and me. Like right now, we're not like in a bunch of we're in a bunch of people. You're not on the stage and the judges are
Mhm.
looking up
Mhm.
and down. This
Mhm.
is about you sharing your story, and maybe you never know, you might inspire somebody out there who's maybe a competitor or
Yeah.
somebody who's going through
Yeah.
stuff like ladies I've known. Like I just did a video for a lady who just turned a birthday a while back. She told me how her husband nearly killed her first husband,
Ooh.
and she survived that. And also really, as you talk about the young competitors, like one lady I got to meet when I was in Tampa, Paula Ranta, and Paula is planning on competing. I think I think she's may confirm it, but she might be going up to women's bodybuilding. She might be doing triple O. This is what I've heard.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And she's and you were at Chicago with Paula because she's still right behind you in best like Similac. So as the old saying go. She just how old is she? 26. I mean, what was I doing at 26? I think I was holding down, two jobs at the same time. I was doing
Oh
that.
my God, 26. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing is, I think that's one thing that helps the sport if we have these young competitors, but they need to be smart
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
do everything quick, fast, in a hurry. Because
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
would say take a step back,
yeah.
and if you really want to be here, sports are always gonna be here. You can go off, get married,
That's
have
what
kids,
that's what
and
I
come
love.
back when you feel like you're ready. And then like I
Yeah.
said again,
Yeah.
you hit that level. Because I think one thing with bodybuilding gets talked about a lot is the use of, because you're natural, but the use
Hmm.
of performance enhancers is always going to be the finger pointing when you're a bodybuilder. And even if
Mhm.
you are natural, it's still going to point a finger
It's
because
still pointing
you
fingers.
Oh
you
yeah.
put on muscle.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Mhm.
that's true.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a part of it, right? It just is. I haven't had that though. I mean, I don't, I don't have that much muscle, but I'm working hard to get.
Oh,
I used to
believe
have
me.
some. It was like under here, but it's under this now. I mean, it's just it just I don't know. It happens. I need to get back in the gym again. And well, I got a bad shoulder right here. And
Yeah,
two bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin. But that's the thing is, you discipline is an important part of that
Oh
in the
yeah.
yeah.
sport
And
Yeah.
like you said, the
because
young ones need to learn that it does take time. And I understand you are anxious, you do want it. I know just knowing that I have to have more muscle for the division I'm in. It's like, oh, I just want it to come. And then of course my age is a great factor. I'm older, I'm not young. Thank God I was doing more, before bodybuilding, so I was able to attain, some muscle, but
Mhm.
it's like it's a hard thing. But then you do have to, I do have to settle my mind and say, okay, just take your time. I mean, like you said, the sport is here. I can do this forever. I can do this forever, and continue to build. And as long as my body allows, as long as I take care of it, as long as I, recover it and all of that, then I can do it as long as I want. So it's like, just like you said, if they could just be patient, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, that's important. Patience is important virtue, but I think with young people, as I said again, they want everything quick, fast, in a hurry
Yeah.
because they just it takes time,
Yes.
and
Especially here in this.
mhm,
Yes, we take so much time.
yeah. Right now, Dom took a little break, so it's just you and me right now. She might come
Yeah.
back in later, and what's the plan for this year?
So this year, I'm super excited. We're starting prep now, and I am gonna do Pittsburgh Naturals. Yes. So I'm like,
Which you would do either you would do the Team Collegiate or you can do North Americans.
it's the Pittsburgh Pro Natural.
Remember, there's two Pittsburgh. Unless you're doing the
So
one
it
where
actually is
unless you
May.
do
Uh-huh.
oh, so that means you're doing the Team Collegiate Masters.
Okay. Yeah.
That's because it's two Pittsburgh shows. Team
Okay.
Collegiate Masters. That's I think right time same time as Chicago Pro. I think about the same
Okay.
weekend. And the North Americans. That's the same. It's like right before the World Championships
Hmm.
because those are two shows that do Masters. Gary,
Okay. Yeah. So I know for sure the one that I'm planning for is May 16th, 17th. So that one.
yeah. So
And because
that's
I know when Donna does, because I think she's planning to do one. I think she's gonna do Chicago, maybe. So yeah, that's what it is.
Well, we got her back. I think she just had a little issue. We'll bring her back in. Here she is. Yeah, wait, give her a second. She's got the technical difficulties. Yeah, because
Man.
And go
Yeah,
I,
out
so
and come
I'm
back
excited about that.
in.
yeah.
That's gonna be the very first show. Um, and this will again my second big show. So it was nerve wracking at first, then it was like, oh no, this is I'm purely excited now, just excited because it doesn't matter, and that means there'll be more people, in my class,
Can
to
y'all hear
compete
me?
with. Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, so Mason, so you're going to do the natural show with the Pittsburgh Pro? Oh yeah, that show. Okay,
Yeah,
because the Team Collegiate that's in July,
yeah,
same week as
but this
Chicago.
is yeah,
This
this
one,
is
yeah,
in May.
because it used to be Pittsburgh Pro will be before the New York Pro, but this year New York Pro is going on first. That's the first show for women's physique, for Olympic qualification. Um, yeah, because because it's like I forgot that that's a
And I
natural.
think
That's a
this is the first time that they've added the natural
well,
division to it.
actually, second time they added natural.
Okay.
Second time they added. The question is, did you check your qualification? Because I think they're supposed to say you have to be qualified either because that's one thing you better check to see if you are qualified for it, because some say that some shows you have to either do a natural show, a regional show to
Mhm.
get qualification, or it might be because you already did show like the Masters USA.
Yeah,
I mean, that's something you have to talk with your coach about. See if you are. If you are, then yeah, do that show. You
yeah.
probably get your pro card because, like I said, natural. The NPC is really pushing more natural shows
They
this year.
really are. So that's exciting. That's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
exciting.
yeah,
So
yeah,
can you hear now, Donna?
I
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know why.
She said she
I
can't hear
can't
because
hear.
She can't hear.
her
Well,
phone.
just go in and go out. Go in and go out and come back in
Go out
again.
and come back in.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
hear you, but yes,
Yeah,
I
we
can
can
hear
hear
her.
you though.
Yeah, yeah, it does that sometimes. So let's give it
Yeah,
this time to go. But yeah, because they're pushing more because you have other natural organizations like OCB. There's a
I know. Yeah,
WGNF.
NFL.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've interviewed a couple of ladies who do natural, and even a young lady who got her pro card at it was the Ben Weeder show in
Yes,
Virginia, and that was she looks pretty good. Her name is Sable Smith. She's also a national competitor. She was doing those other organizations before, but she switched over to the NPC.
yeah,
And because I think it's because of all the stigma that comes with bodybuilding, because they use of performance enhancers and steroids
mhm,
and stuff like that, natural's really getting popular. But it's like I said, for y'all competitors, it takes y'all a lot more time and putting the muscle and the conditioning compared to the enhanced competitors.
yeah. It's true. It really is true. And then, and so, which made me super excited to do US Masters USA. I just wanted to see how well I could stack with ladies my age. Even though it wasn't a natural show. Well, my coach put me up to it. He felt like my physique worked for that, so it was cool. I didn't feel I'm intimidated by it at all. Yeah. I mean, and then I've been competing in NPC already anyway, but I wasn't in figure. So this again, my first time in figure, and definitely you have to have way more muscle maturity.
I've seen
Hmm.
we see, like Donna, you're backstage in Chicago. We've seen figure girls who should be doing women's physique.
Man, yes,
Hmm.
I I mean, I've seen girls right now. I just saw one girl. She posted because I follow. If you follow Female Body Channel, they do a lot of content on women bodybuilding. If and female bodybuilding, and there's a girl. She's a figure competitor. She's right now off season at 200 pounds. That don't make no damn sense.
no,
One lady who I got to meet when I was in Tampa, Dr. Meg. She's right now. She weighs more right now off season than Andrea Shaw. She's at 220, 230.
oh my
Oh
gosh,
my gosh. And and I'm talking about my 160,
one,
159, and I'm like, get it off of me already.
she can't even
Effort.
handle it.
Like,
Can't even handle it. Oh my gosh.
I
I mean,
cannot.
that's some weight. That's
I
some weight. I
cannot.
mean, I'm coming from 200 pounds. I don't want to be there again.
I wouldn't mind being 200 pounds right now. You know, that'd be,
I mean,
I wouldn't mind being like 230. That'd be great. I'd be. I
but
don't have to buy extra large clothes.
there was a time when I could not wait to be 200 pounds. Thought I was going to be standing behind my clients in a bikini for as soon as I make 200 pounds. I bet you I'm gonna be standing behind y'all in a bikini. So I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
But coming from,
That is one thing that I always was very cautious about
yeah,
in off season. And even my coach would tell you, he feeds me, okay? Like
yeah,
literally he feeds me. And I tell him before, I can never ever get any higher than the 160 because my body do not like
all
anything
right,
higher than that. It
yeah,
doesn't like the high 150s even. So I know how uncomfortable it is for me because I'm thinking I need to still look like, the sexy mama and stuff like that. If I got to fight with my clothes, George,
It'd be, it'd be like that. You ever saw the movie Tommy Boy with Chris Farley? Fat guy in little coat, fat guy in
yeah,
little coat. You know, it just. But
yeah.
that thing is,
Still,
even if you
every single day I
every
come to
day,
work out.
every
I
day.
tell her I was hijacked. Okay, I was hijacked, and my sports bra,
With a
like,
sports, by the sports bra.
oh my god, I keep scissors like close by. Okay, I will cut myself with that.
you, got to do like when you put on your pants, you got to do like Jeffrey Bodine, put a rope around it because the belt don't work no more.
Right?
I don't know. I'm so uncomfortable when I pass. When I pass,
Yeah,
and this is only the second time I even got up to, and it took me a minute because I was in like. I was in the low 150s, 150s, and the high 150s, and I sit there the whole time. My body
yeah.
can it would do that every now and then until I really start back prep and stuff. And
But
then
let me,
when I get on prep, then it starts to it would climb up a little bit and then it would start to settle down and just go back to how it was before. But I tell my coach, he was I said, I don't like the 160s. He said, you might not like the 160s, but them girls
them big old girls.
then
But them
girls want the
kids,
160 because they want to pack the muscle. I said, I don't care. With this little frame, this little poor little body, I can't see it looking. Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
yeah,
With my clothes and stuff, and I can't be in prison every day in my clothes like this. Like I cannot.
Yeah,
but
So
you going to
to
work
get
and
up to that, to
going
this
with wearing a
month,
tight shirt, and you might like just all you got to do is like,
and it'll
I
pop.
know. And the whole the belly and everything gonna come hanging out like this. Everything is gonna pop right down in the middle like that.
like the Cribble Hulk, like your male Cribble
But
Hulk, like that. Dun, dun,
her
dun,
body
dun.
can't help it because it has packed on so much more muscle, Lord.
Mhm.
Yeah. The,
Yeah,
the the muscle I love that. Let me pack on the good muscle, but I know it comes along with the weight. I had to like,
Let me ask you
mentally, keep telling myself that off season you're supposed to look healthy,
yeah.
juicy. You know, you're supposed to you're supposed to have your nice little lady lumps back and feel feminine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna push the envelope.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm, no. Mm-mm. I will stitch my own mouth up like literally and do cardio all day long.
yeah. That's the thing is because it's part of the process, but also you have to feel comfortable doing with it because
Yes,
that's why
yes,
some
yes,
ladies say
yes.
they want to go in bodybuilding because they want to put in that size. But then if you're type of woman that trains heavy, if you use a little more extra gear than you need, and then you're seeing your body growing, you're trying to stuff yourself. You're trying to be like a square peg into a round circle, where
Mm-hmm.
and that's the problem is that also the judges they're telling the girls like there's one girl I've seen I think I got a picture of here somewhere. She does uh wellness,
Mm-hmm.
and this girl. Her name is Tiff Sam. Have you ever heard of her?
Oh, I know Tiff Sam. Yeah,
She looks like she can do women's bodybuilding physique.
she,
I
but
mean,
she's wellness.
and that's the wellness girls. I get it is massive. I just saw an interview with
Yes.
She met,
Anastasia Ryder. She was on a podcast. She was talking about how some of the bikini girls using Trin or Anavar, and
yeah,
you shoot and and then you bring in. Excuse me, it's a division that I we call it the basic big division. Trish Wood. She named it like that. It's called Fit Model. Excuse me. Ha! I'm disgusted by it. I've interviewed a young lady who I met her in Tampa. She just turned pro with Fit Model. She's nice. Her name was Amy, and I have nothing against her. I just have an issue where your brain in the division is going to end up looking like the division you're supposed to be. Reboot
right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Same thing we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
because the thing
I
Yeah.
is,
mean, the
go ahead.
ladies are already, I know some of the pros are coming down from bikini to fit model, but they already have muscle. I mean, you can try to lean out more, but the way that their physiques are already set up, my God. So then now you're gonna have, the new fit model crews coming in trying to compete with that, and it's just gonna get harder and harder.
Yeah.
They're gonna look
And
bigger
then
and bigger
they're gonna
than
want
what
that
we
look.
have.
The other ladies are gonna want that
The
look because
pro
they're
look
looking at these ladies coming in that already on
that
gear.
already
So most
developed,
of those
yeah.
fit models don't have to be on gear.
They don't
This
need to
this
be.
is this right here is an example. You don't have to be on gear if you don't need to be on gear.
Right.
You
That's
know,
right.
this lady right here, and just because that she work out with me, and and I do my gear or whatever later. But most of the time when we know that we working out off season, this is all natural between me and her. This is muscle
Yeah.
that I'm building on my own. This is
Right.
the strength that I'm doing with nothing except my own will and,
Yes.
and doing.
Mhm.
So when
Yeah.
when this happened, it just put a lot of stress on some of these divisions
On the late.
too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
That's true.
and I
Yeah.
think it was you, George, that had that low segment there with these guys. My cat, she wants she she wants to be in there. And
Something nothing new. We have cats, dogs. They
God
just like
damn.
attention.
yeah,
Yeah.
she put it right in my face, like like literally, like yeah, say hi.
I
So
get.
I like the part where the guy said that it comes down to also, you know um the coach knowing where you need to
Where you
be, what
should be.
division that you need to be, and
True.
also the judges, they need to let you know, if you're too big for women's physique, then you need to go up to bodybuilding, and if you come back on this stage, we're not gonna look at you because
Because
we
yeah.
already tell you your feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And you need to adhere to it.
yeah, 'cause I remember when I was in Tampa, I saw Rachel Daniels,
Oh,
and she was coaching Keisha Oliver, and
hmm.
there's a picture of Rachel and Keisha together. Rachel's legs are way bigger than Keisha's.
Yes.
And I mean, and she took that time off. She's going through some stuff. She could go up. I mean, this one chick I saw, her name is Yulia. She's Russian, and she has a great look to her, and she's also attractive too. She can go up, and I think that's one thing is they don't want this is what happened is when you brought in women's physique years ago, it was to be replacement for women's bodybuilding, and a lot of those ladies had some of them came down to physique, even though they did drop a little muscle, they still had those aesthetics, still had the muscle belly, still had the size. They just had to come in a little more leaner, but still you reformatted the vision. And then when you have judges like one judges, I don't think he don't need to say anything. He don't need to be a head judge for nothing. That's Tyler Mannion. You again, he's another example of you're wet behind the ears, breath like Similac. You never competed. You have no place to tell anybody. You shouldn't be a head judge at all, but we all know why you are a head judge because who
Hmm.
your father and your grandfather are. But
Yeah.
when you have people like Sam Williamson or Steve Weinberger or Tim Gardner or those people who
Who
have
have.
competed or been around it, yes, you take the word. But somebody else who does not have proven his worth in the sport,
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
he should just be quiet, sit aside and watch and learn.
Hmm.
And the thing is that it has some of these women have to have the courage to say, you know what, I shouldn't, I understand why I got into sport for a reason. I understand it's about evolution. If you go back to someone like Linda Murray, when she competed, she had a great
Oh
foot
yeah.
tour. Then it keeps evolving from Linda to Iris to Andrea. Even you look at, so this whole the situation right now where, Sarah's accusing Natalia of using some stuff. And sometimes
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
they just did Natalia and Andrea was at a seminar and you seen posing together, even though Andrea's way bigger aesthetically, the Natalia's not too far from her because she just
Hmm.
like I said,
Yeah, yeah.
Not too far
Yeah.
at all. No, you're
Not too
right.
far off. Mm-mm.
I wish it would be clear and concise,
Yeah.
because I definitely understand that because when I first started, I was looking at, on Instagram, just looking at the pros because I thought that's your track. That's who you follow, or that's who you are trying to be like, because that's who they deem the winner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means your physique should be like that. And I remember a coach was telling me, because when I would get really lean, you see all that muscle, but they had so much muscle. The coach had told me, he was like, yeah, they don't want you to come in like that. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, they don't want
Yeah.
you to come in like that. You have to work your way to that. So I was like, well, okay. I didn't really get it. I didn't understand.
Wow.
I thought they were the example.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember when I first met Alicia and
Yeah.
I told her, you are not a bikini competitor.
I was like, yes, I am.
I said, no, you
Yes,
ain't.
I
No.
am.
No, you're not. when you get
Exactly, I told her.
when you
And
get
that was the
down,
first time that we met. And I tell her, I said, you don't have a bikini body. You have a figure body.
I mean, and then I couldn't stop pushing the weight anyway. So it was
Yeah.
like,
She had already had the foundation for the muscle mass and everything. And I was like, you just need to make that move because if
yeah,
you go back in front of these judges, they're gonna keep telling you the same thing.
they would.
You're too lean, you're too muscular for bikini,
Yeah,
and you're gonna still have to transition, sooner or later. And I told her
that,
that.
that
Our first
transition.
meeting, I told her that.
yeah. So she told you say, you know what, say, bitch, you too muscular, you too strong.
Uh-huh.
You can't do bikini.
You cannot.
Those little teeny papa girls. Like wait, you
Yeah, and then she wants to lift all the weight in the world,
Oh, God.
like a woman's physique. So I was like, do you really think
You
that
gonna
the
stay
judges
in
want this
bikini?
muscle woman and here these bikini ladies? No.
you gotta do the bikini walk and you stick your butt out, but then you have like you have styrations like
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then
My
the
friend,
back just talking to you as you walk.
yeah, yeah.
my friend was like, "Okay, you go out there, keep stumping on that stage like Baby Huey with those other bikini ladies."
Baby Q.
And here she is now, right in
Finally,
the category that she belongs.
yes,
And
after
she's
4 years,
shining in that category.
That's
yeah,
why
I
I
feel
think
so much more confident.
Yeah, that's why I think really this should be a thing. Like, this is also going to do another thing on Monday where we talk about how really this should be like mentoring, especially
Oh
for
my
competitors
God,
to sit
that
down. Like, just and one thing is everybody has to come together.
Hmm.
That's a problem that too many people is like out from themselves. But everybody,
Yeah,
especially for
yeah.
y'all women, come together. You see these younger girls who coming up, or you see these other competitors coming up who are trying to squeeze themselves in the division and sit down and say, you know what, we really, like I said again, we really sit down and talk where you want to go because
Yeah.
if you keep going
Yes.
this way,
Yeah.
you're not gonna do as well. If you
Mm-hmm.
go over
Mm-hmm.
here, you can do a little better.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I remember one lady she
Mm-hmm.
told me she did a show where she was doing bikini and she was doing figure. She was like, I think she took fourth in bikini, but then she got first in figure. Then she
Figure.
decided to move up,
wow,
and and competitors at amateur you can double dip. You can do this division, but sometimes it's a hit or miss because sometimes I've seen ladies who got pro. I remember one lady I interviewed a while back. She did North Americans. She got 3 pro cards.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Two of them figure and one in physique. And that's the thing. I think that's one people talk about that. The crossover might be the big problem because you can cross over. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. You know, I never had the urge to put
Yeah,
heels on. I never had the urge to try another division. I don't know why, but
yeah,
I've never ever thought about it in my head that
yeah,
I would try another division ever. Not
yeah,
even bodybuilding. I don't want to do it. Mm-mm. No, I
yeah.
don't want.
you be like out muscle like hey what's a little chick doing down here? Let's go over here.
Exactly. I I I
So
want to be able to fit through a door when I don't mind having these big old round pumpkins,
boldly.
and stuff like that. But I
Shoulder
want that
shoulders.
when I go somewhere with my girls, that I at least able to sit in the chair, like literally.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
I have a guest here. Shout out to my man DJ J coming through. He says, "Hey Alicia, I think I saw a video of you YouTube doing hair. Don't you
Oh,
have a
yeah.
YouTube channel?"
Yes. I
Hmm.
had one so actually a friend of mine, she bought when I first started, she started bodybuilding as well, and she was in her 60s. So that was like beautiful, yeah. And she was just starting. And she did like community interviews. And so she would go to different places and just highlight different businesses and things like that. And so since she was my friend, she highlighted me. So I was kind of doing a little bit of YouTube stuff. So that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
Nice.
indeed.
that's why I think so. Also, that me ladies need to get the stuff out on social media. I know some people are kind of skittish about social media because it can be a pain. Like with me. This is for me. This is what I do. I'm
Yeah.
on IG. I'm on YouTube. Not too much on TikTok. I got a TikTok
Yeah.
account. Don't be on it too
But
much.
I don't either.
Yeah, and Facebook. I do have I have 2 Facebook pages. One is my first one. One I had because one time I thought somebody hacked my just forgot my password,
Yeah,
and I that's it's important to get stuff out there like
it is.
like podcasters, like not don't have to be bodybuilding podcasting. It could
Yeah.
be just
Yeah.
women talking about stuff, talking
Hmm.
like I think one lady I interviewed, she did a podcast for a religious podcast, and
Hmm.
she talked about her faith,
Yes,
and that's the one thing is that I think somebody has to really you have to get on your own way. You can't
you
be
do.
Yeah.
shy because I
Yeah.
You and it's
understand.
so
Yeah.
true. It is
Hmm.
so true. And I mean, I think I'm outgoing, but I don't know why social media is almost like I don't know. I guess it's like being on a big stage, you know. Um, and that is hard to kind of transition over
It just
to.
feels vulnerable, and like, to put yourself out there, like, you know.
Yeah,
But it's something that we always talk about, even when we videoing most of our workouts and stuff like
workout.
that.
Yeah.
You know how long it take us to put that content together and put it
Oh
out
my
there. You
God.
know, but
That's why I
but
do
the,
lives because I that editing
The
thing is
content
just
and the editing, oh my God, that's like a
yeah,
job.
it's a
And for
um,
me,
job.
and and even for me with the salon and even with the bread, it's like
Hmm.
I'm doing all the stuff. And there are a lot of people doing all the stuff, especially when you are a small self-employed,
Yeah,
business owner or whatever. But to do all of it's just so much. It's so
it's a
much.
lot.
I gotta get from here to there to here to there. So I go
Hmm.
in at salon and I am loving on the clients.
Hmm.
I'm not thinking one time about filming. Not anymore. Too much of life I have to do. But I definitely understand it's
Yeah,
important. But
yeah,
thank God
yeah.
for word of mouth, because I probably wouldn't still be in business.
yeah, and also good that you having somebody young people. They grew up with this. We didn't grow up
Thank
with
I
that's
we
was
did
just about to say that.
we didn't grow up
Yes.
with we had
Yeah.
TV and movies
Hmm.
like
yeah,
that. Like I don't watch cable much anymore. Truth I don't watch it at all. I'm mostly on my
yeah.
computer or I watch like was it what I was watching? I was watching old cartoons this afternoon and this morning and before I started here I was watching Three Stooges. They were on. And so like during the week, like I said, I don't have a job. I don't do anything. I'm on disability. I'm most time other than going shopping and doing my laundry and stuff like that every now and then.
Yeah.
I'm at home. I'm watching court shows. I'm watching cartoons. I'm watching old westerns. I watch an episode
The
of
old
Gunsmoke.
stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it just reminds me what it was. What is on now is it's not as entertaining like it used to be.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's a
no.
lot. It's
Mm-mm.
it's disheartening. Is what it is. You know, a lot of the show. I don't watch TV either. Honestly, I have a big TV. It does not come on. Like it just doesn't. I mean, we're always busy. You know, it's pretty cool to see commercials, but now commercials are boring too. You know, like if somebody, one of my clients, if they're watching something, then that's when I get to see a commercial. They're not even like they used to be.
Well,
Yeah,
I
So,
watch
just
TV.
had
I
yeah.
have to watch the Food Channel.
oh, if I would watch the Food Channel if I had time.
I,
I
I
love the Food Channel.
I used to remember when mom was alive. We'll stay up till watching Chop, and she said, "I asked her,
Oh,
you ready to go to bed?" I said, "No, I'm not ready to go to bed." Okay, we're not ready to go to bed because I used to have to put her in the bed because she couldn't walk. And we should
yeah.
watch Chop. I mean, one time this British guy says, "My cooking's not that good." And he always kept winning. He said, "My cooking's not that good." I used to watch that. Uh, what was the show we used to watch? I was talking with a lady, a friend of mine. We were talking about she was tried out for an episode of Naked and Afraid. She's also my friend Eunice. She's Eunice Martinez Kitchen. She's also a bodybuilder. They told her she was too old to be on there, but she did like a trip to
Mm.
I think Peru, and I told her say, seeing a buff chicken naked and afraid, that'd be kind of funny. But but it's just that I think because of that, because social media is very unpopular. It's a way to get attention. I know, and also with sponsorship, because you're not sponsored, and that's the way a lot of they get attention from sponsors because y'all social media
Sure.
active.
Yeah,
You know,
yes, yes,
That's what I
yes.
was telling Donna.
Mm,
You gotta get out there because that's
I
what
know.
we'd be able to get some sort of sponsorship if you're posting. If you have a following, that's I mean, and I understand that's the way that it's a win-win situation.
Mm-hmm.
For both parties if we're out there. So
well, I don't know if you ladies know about this. Is a lady who I've interviewed before, and she was Ivy Pro named Gina Carvero. Her, Helen Trevino, Ivy Anderson, they have their 14 Pro company. We do coaching. They also are looking to sponsor competitors. I think
so
I might have seen. That's it.
we were looking at that. But we were wondering, like was it where you have to be a part of their team, right?
I don't know. It could you could
I
check.
kind of would. I was telling Donna. I kind of would. We can send a message, but
Yeah,
I
we
kind of would
looked at
think
it,
that
and then because I even asked, even asking David, I was like, "Do you have to be a part? Are they looking for somebody to be a part of the team, or they're just gonna
he's looking
sponsor
to
you,
sponsor.
even if you are with
If
a
you already
coach or
have a
team?
coach or a
Yeah.
team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's sort of because I've seen that a lot on Instagram now. Several coaches putting things out there saying they're going to sponsor like a certain amount of money, so many athletes, for competition. But I think you're a part of their team, so that kind of makes it hard.
Yeah. Well, my friend Eunice, I pull up Eunice here. Here we are. This is where we're at Tampa. Summer, and that's me. You see me. I'm doing my flexing. That's Eunice right there, and that is the legendary Diamond Dave, David Lee. This is a true story. I was there. I was the area at the venue, and I was charging my computer and my phone. I was walking back to the Bad Rat booth, and I saw this older guy. He looks, I didn't really pay attention to me well. He was with a woman. I thought it was his wife. They were looking at the booth, talking to people. And then I'm back there sitting at the booth, and we just, look at my phone. And then I see this guy coming out, and something in my head clicked. Say, wait a minute, I recognize that man. Where did I recognize that man? And so my head go like, like my computer, like my brain open like a computer, pull up files, register,
Mm-hmm.
David Lee Roth, lead singer, solo artist. I said, whoa, that's David Lee Roth. He talked to us
Yeah.
real good because he's a bodybuilding fan. Because
Mm-hmm.
one of his trainers was a female bodybuilder named Kay Baxter. With friends, they trained. He was there, and it was just a great opportunity to meet someone like that. I would have never met him in my life. The biggest celebrity I ever saw in my life was with Al Trebek when I went to Disneyland like about 30 years ago, and my family we were leaving, and Alex was walking out with his daughter on his shoulder. I ran out of film because I was taking so many pictures that day. I saw
Yeah.
Al Trebek. but to talk to David Lee Roth. I mean, I remember listening to songs like "Jump" and "Running with the Devil." Like I said, I like you. I grew up in the '80s.
Mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm,
When
mm-hmm.
rock and was really big, and networks we show
Mm-hmm.
we
Yeah,
didn't watch.
yeah.
We need to start. So we didn't start watching MTV till we came up to town and got cable. But I know,
Right.
yeah, because we used to come on some next would show those shows like for that videos. You should show that. I mean, that was a great show to have. We got here from my man. Shout out to my man. DJ here, and DJ says this. He says, he wants to tell you something. He says, I I love your smile.
Oh, thank you.
He said also he says I have gotten hacked before. I have a podcast. He's working on that. Also, he likes to ask. He says, Alicia, will you join us tomorrow when I join the panel? Because we're gonna have a panel on Sunday. I don't know if ladies are available or not, but this is more about women's bodybuilding. But I'm
Oh,
doing
yeah.
one. I'm doing one on Monday. If you feel like you want to take time to that, because we're going to talk about all about women's bodybuilding, female bodybuilding together. But
The
this one's
whole,
more about
Okay.
this
Mm-hmm.
one's more the one tomorrow is more about women's bodybuilding because it's right now it's under siege. If you want to make it, just let me know. I see your link and
yes, that'd be beautiful.
yeah. Also, we have here sees this. It says, I would sponsor you because I don't have uh any more. So yeah, well, but that's the thing is if we can get people, I know it's about who's popular, who's popping, who's hot, but I think if you have some two ladies like yourself who are mothers, grandmothers, who are
Yes.
business women, who have a story, and really one thing I think media can help. Like we get like one thing like as as I've often said, I'm a fan of Andrea Shaw. She's my girlfriend,
I know.
and
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I think if they can get her on, like one of these like ESPN used to have bodybuilders on the show, but they stopped doing it because they're showing things like cornhole and and throwing darts and there's pillow fighting and gum chewing. I mean, it's just we just got to get people out there who want and who's willing to talk
Yeah,
about themselves, talk about the
yeah,
sport, and
yeah.
even just really if you get mainstream corporations get involved with it. But the thing's always going to be
Oh, yeah.
issue of
Yeah.
steroids is often. But here you
Mm-hmm.
go. I do content also on mixed martial arts and MMA. You have fighters, boxers, baseball players, basketball players, football players that take that shit too. But because it's such a mainstream sport, it gets overlooked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is the absolute truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
We
But
do
like I
have
said,
to think about some things that we can do to, you know, just bring more awareness because it is a great sport. It really is. I
Yeah,
mean, this is
I love it.
you have to you always have to be on, like
Mm-hmm.
always on, which is why I love it. This is why I love it so much. You have to be on. You got to be on mentally. You have to be on emotionally, and not from a pressurist from pressure. It's just if you want to do it and you want to do well, you prioritize being on. You have. I gotta make sure that my son is taken care of. I gotta be sure that my clients are taken care of. I gotta work that schedule. I gotta get my cardio. I gotta do check-ins. I gotta get my food. You got a list of things to do, and it has to be. It got
And
to get
that's
done.
it. That's in one morning.
Yeah.
That's not what's gonna happen during the
No,
rest of the
that's
day
just yeah. That's
when
just
you still got a second half of training to do, a
yep.
second half of cardio to do, and you still
Food
got
prep.
to make sure that the house is taken care of and this is taken care of. I don't think that people understand the amount of pressure that I would say for women especially
Yeah.
have to encounter and carry on their shoulders when they're getting ready for a show. And
Yeah.
this is day in and day out. Not even only
Yeah.
when they're getting ready for a show, but even off season. Because whatever you do in the off season is gonna carry over into your prep and into the stage.
Right.
So off season is when you really gotta put in that work.
Yeah.
And
And the work.
like I tell Alicia, this is where the work come in
Hmm.
because when you prepping 99.9% of the time when they're getting closer, you're not gonna be able to put in that same amount of work that you put in the off
Hmm.
season
That's right.
because I've never seen a dead man try to lift weight.
He must be the Undertaker if he is.
When you feeling dead, it's like I can't lift all that.
Look, you barely going through the motions, okay? Like barely going through the motions. So all of those 50, 60 pounds that you've been lifting over there in the off season, it's nowhere possible unless you're taking something that I don't know about.
All right, that's
They're
giving
drinking
you
horse
that strength.
Unless you got some gorilla juice
or drinking horse piss.
or
Oh
something.
man,
Because I'm telling you, when that time comes, it's no way
yeah.
possible that you're gonna be able to put in that extra work. But you still have
You
the
still have to do.
life behind you that you
Yeah,
still have to put in that work for
yes, and
every single day.
yeah,
Every single day.
and of
Mhm.
course it's voluntary, right? It's a sport that we
Yeah.
choose to do. We
Yeah,
doing this
we,
because
we chose
we
it.
want to. It's not a job. It's not nothing like that. So for us, it's the same. It's like it's that. So you can't complain about it. It's like it's like my life with Christ. I can't why would I complain? I chose. I'm choosing, right?
We chose it.
So
We chose it.
it
Yeah.
reminds me so much of that, which
Yeah,
is why I love
bodybuilding
it.
chose me
Because
because I didn't know
yeah,
anything about bodybuilding. I was
right.
40 something years old, George. Like
Yeah.
literally, I was in almost close to 45 when I decided.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
too, Donna. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
when I
everybody.
40,
decided that I
42.
was gonna give this thing a chance, but it really found me. I was supposed to be at that gym training,
Mm,
because I was going through a lot of stuff, divorce and all kind of stuff like that, and still trying to find myself and all that kind of stuff. And it chose me,
yeah.
you know, and I'm not gonna lie to tell you when I started that, and at first, of course, I was like a chicken with your head cut off, your first show and all that, and then I was like, okay, well, you came dead last that first show. But then I was like, okay, I can do this other show. And that was the branch that I was gonna do then. I was like, oh man, it's on no. Because I run track before and I beat some
You
people back in my
competitive,
day, okay?
right?
Like literally. So
Yeah.
I know what it takes to train. I know what it
Mhm.
takes to want something, you
Yeah.
know. I competed for my country for years and years and years. So
Yeah.
I know what it feels like to actually want that. You want it really bad. So
Yeah.
I went for it, but it turned my life around. I'm not. I was more disciplined and my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was a party animal. Hey, girl. Hey, I was like, yeah, you can bring me some wine over here. Like, yes, I'm telling you, because I was like divorced and trying to find my way. You know, and one you're feeling like all these other different types of feelings that like it's like you want revenge, but you're like, and then I was like, but when bodybuilding really got hold of me,
Yeah.
my path became more straight.
Mm. That part.
Now, I let go a lot of people out of my life, like literally. I
Mm-hmm.
let a lot of bad influence go,
Yeah.
boyfriends, whatever. That just playing around. Yeah, I let a lot of people go, and guess what? It was so easy.
Yeah.
It was so easy to do it because I felt like I had something that only me can do.
Yeah.
That I'm the only one that can put in this work. I'm the only one that is gonna feel the pain with this, every rep that I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna get that rep in. I can get that cardio done. I can get that food done. I don't care if it choke me or whatever. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
Yeah.
and
So,
it changed me.
so many
It
people do say that. They say that, bodybuilding saved their
it
lives.
saved me.
You know?
It saved me. It
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
did. It
Yeah,
saved me.
I had quite a few ladies tell me because either they were dealing with abuse in their
Mm-hmm.
lives, either dealing with some kind of mental issue,
Hmm.
maybe after because like even though they have the kids and and they feel like they wanted something more, they still have the kids, the family, whatever, but then they wanted something more. They
Yeah,
want to do something.
because you
Uh,
lost yourself. Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
yourself is lost. I was lost. I was lost. I
Yeah.
was down in the bottom of the pit like a crab,
Mm-hmm.
trying to climb out. And every time you climb, you go right back down again.
Mm-hmm.
Crab in the
Yeah.
barrel. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a comment. Shout out to my man here. Thank you to my man here. He says, 100% correct about thinking about organizing your life. Appreciate that to my man Jeff. Also, he says, bring more awareness. Yes, that's most definitely. We need people to be more aware of this sport. And also, this is
Yeah.
from Jeff. It
Yeah.
says good. It says George and Gang. Good night. Good night, brother. Have a good rest. And
Yeah.
so this is one thing I'm going to ask you, ladies, especially, as you know, I'm a fat man, I like food. What was that thing, especially for you, Alicia, after that long prep you just did, Masters USA? And for you also, after just coming back from Japan, what was those things that you were
Ooh.
calling your name? It was like, as my other guy would say, the thing that makes you stranger, but yet makes you stronger. I'm sorry, he had to come out. He really was wanted to come out.
The funny thing is, because that she was still on prep, I was like kind of like didn't want to be eating a whole bunch of stuff in front of
Yeah,
her
I
because
had to take her, Robin, because I'm good. I'm not that one. I can go out with my friends to restaurants while I'm prepping and all that, and I'm good. I want to see. You just tell me what it tastes like. So I would be like, let's go here,
yeah,
let's go there. Tell me, what does it taste like? What is it? Is it soft? Just give me the feedback. That's all I need. I'm good.
Sugary, sweet,
Yes, yes,
salty,
yes. Like we're on the food
creamy.
show. That's
Yeah.
all
like
I
she
need to
had me
know.
like I was Mark on the Food Channel.
We watch this guy named Mark, like from this food channel. He travels the world, like all these different places, and he go places and he tries like the craziest dishes from these different countries, but in the small, like the smallest little, like
Yeah.
like villages and things like that. The way that they
Yes.
prepare foods.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
we watch. This is she introduced Mark to me because I didn't
Yeah.
know anything
Yeah.
about it. We watch Mark forever, and you watch him eat all that. So I know Mark now. And so I would have her like tell me about the food. Like, no, I want you to eat. And have we known like about some of the tours they
Yeah.
had?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
had we not been so focused on other things, I would have set something like that up for her because that would have
Mm-hmm.
been
Mm-hmm.
so special for me. I
Yeah.
don't have to
Yeah.
eat. I
Yeah.
can I can watch you eat. I'm bring my food.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bring my
Mm-hmm.
food, and you
Yeah.
eat it, and you just tell me what it's like. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
how it is for me.
I
And I would
remember.
just throw my head back like Mark and like,
And
mm,
she did.
mm, so succulent, so juicy. It's so
So she did get to try a few things there,
yeah.
in Japan.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
remember Cheryl Mears. She has that colostomy bag because she has issues.
Yeah.
She talked about how she enjoyed it because it was so clean and nice. It wasn't.
Oh,
It was
Yes.
just,
it
she
was.
enjoyed because she went back. She had, I think, some ice cream. Her daughter was with her. She went back,
Ice
got some
cream.
more.
I remember
And I
she
mean,
said,
and that's the thing is that food is both a tool and a weapon. It's about the right food. Like I know this afternoon I had mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, and some chicken. But you know, I didn't feel like cooking today, so I ordered out.
Yeah.
You know, but it's good to be smart about it. And also pleasure of because a lot of you bodybuilders, I'm telling y'all, foods. I have sometimes I have Lacey George. You think you see me some food porn? I say, what do you mean food porn? I say, wait, you say like like when people cook something on IG or YouTube or something like that, you send it to
mm-hmm,
me because I love that. Some don't want to see it, but others they
mm-hmm.
love it. That's the
That's
thing that
like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love baked goods. Well, not just baked goods. Cake is a vice. Always has been for me. I love, love, love cake. Hence how I came up with my bread because I couldn't have bread or cake or anything like that, but I needed something similar. And so most of the times whenever I would come off show, that's what I'm having. I'm having my bread. Like I can have it in prep, but sometimes it's taken out as we get into the lower calories and lower protein.
Mm-hmm.
But I would make like we call it a celebratory bread, like a custom bread out of it. Like maybe I know for one year I did a peanut butter. It was a chocolate espresso with peanut butter on the inside for her, and it was, oh God. And then she wanted one that was like a roti. So
Yeah,
we made that one with the lamb, curry lamb, and and the peas and the potatoes. And that I had some, I saved some for my kids, and they loved it. So I would typically
Delicious.
do my
Mm.
bread or make it into a cake. You know, I'll make a frosting with out of mascarpone. It would all be sugar free because I can have some of the fat, so I'm good. You know, so I would do that. And then I think there was one season. Oh my God, I did a cruise, and that's when I was gonna do Olympia, and we went on a cruise. I didn't eat anything. I brought my food, just like when we went to Japan. I brought all my food for all those days, right? And but when we got back, and as I went to different shows through my season, I accumulated like cakes and cookies or just whatever looked good. I had it, and I would wrap it up and put it in wax paper really well and foil, and label it and freeze it in the deep freezer really low. And after my show at Olympia, I called my son. We were on the plane on the way to Houston. I said, I need you to take that bag that's deep in the freezer out and sit it out on the counter. I think we got
Mm-hmm.
back at like 1 a.m. And baby, that cake was thawed and I just had a blast.
It's like Pookie in New Jack City. It be calling me, man. It be calling my name, man. It be calling me, man. It be calling me. That's right, yo. Because that's the thing is, it's good to it's good to do it every now and then, but not too often because you don't want to derail your progress. Because you don't
Yeah.
want
Right.
to, you want to be smart about your diet. And have heard stories. One lady I know,
Oh man.
she cooked in front of her. She cooked a bunch of cakes and cookies, and she made her kids and her husband eat it, in front of her. But that's the thing is that you gotta find some little pleasures in this because this sport is again
Yeah.
it is a lot for any human to do,
Even
especially
like
for
you
a woman.
said, yeah, even coming off like you really can't do that at that time when
Yes.
I had my deep freezer stuff, I understood why I would never do that again because my oh my God, it was horrifying. My gut
Yeah.
was wrecked. I felt
Mm-hmm.
horrible.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy, and it sent my ghrelin levels were like stupid. It was like a never ending pit. I did not get full kind
Mm-hmm.
of thing, and it was from the
Yeah.
mind, you know. But I won't do that again. This is
Mm-mm.
why now
Mm-mm.
I have my bread because it's protein. It resets my insulin levels. I'm level headed, and I'm satiated, and I'm not looking for cake.
Cake, 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 cake.
Cake, cake,
Cake,
cake, cake.
cake, 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 cake,
Cake,
cake.
cake, 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 cake.
Not like hey, 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 cake, 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 cake. That's the thing, ladies. That's the thing. You just have to learn control.
Yep.
Temptation,
Yeah. Yeah.
temptation. Excuse my language, ladies. Temptation can be a motherfucker. It
Yeah.
can. It
Oh
can.
yeah.
It can.
It's difficult.
It goes with it's discipline, and it goes with for how mature you are in the mind also, and how long you've been doing this. Because I get a cheat meal every weekend. Well, one out of the weekend, but I choose what I want to eat, and
Hmm.
most of the time I fix it right here
Yeah, at home.
because I don't want them to be dibbling and dabbling in some of the stuff that I want to enjoy,
Hmm.
and put all their other extra, oil and stuff like that in there. But I know when I fix it, it's gonna be just as good as
Yeah.
if it was in a restaurant.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy it just as much.
mm-hmm,
Yeah. So
mm-hmm.
I it's only if I have a friend here or something, and we decide to go out, but most of the time
Yeah.
I want to fix my own meal, my own cheat meal, just the way I want it, right here.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
one of the greatest disciplines I know for myself, and I know a lot of competitors, is like, you can't control anything when it comes to the stage and what the judges are gonna say. Period. You can't control who's gonna be there, who your body's competing with on the
Yeah.
stage and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But it makes you feel 100% better when you know you did 100% because now you don't have that thing to that mental uh thing to worry about where you think, oh, if I hadn't had that, or maybe if I
Mm-hmm.
hadn't done this,
Mm-hmm.
or if I
Mm-hmm.
hadn't skipped, those kind
Mm-hmm.
of things. So
Mm-hmm.
that keeps us, that's a great safeguard as
Yeah.
well. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cheat because first of all, I don't want to be thinking about it at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to think I had something to do with it. I'm gonna give
Yeah,
100%
yeah,
in every aspect,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so that whatever the outcome is, I know now I just go back to the lab and go and, work my body again. But it,
Mm-hmm.
it won't be because it was something that I lacked in or didn't get to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I learned about bodybuilding. It's not much about who's on stage, which is about you versus you.
It's you
Oh yeah.
versus
Oh
you.
yeah.
I
Oh,
love
it's
that.
always,
I didn't
always.
understand it at first. Now I understand it and I love it. I've adapted that. And that's when
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to, some of my other competitive friends and we're encouraging one another. That is absolutely 100%. It's you versus you. Every
Hmm.
time we step on stage, you want to, look different each time. Every time my first season for figure, although I didn't have as much, muscle, I didn't get as lean as I had been in bikini in previous time, my previous stage shows, whatever, because I was coming from that 200 pounds, right? But I didn't care. We got on that stage, and I had to say, I set goals for myself. After that one show, it's like, okay, I had a show the next week. My goal was it was Operation Lean these legs out. So it was me competing with myself every
Mm-hmm.
time I
Mm-hmm.
got on stage.
Mm-hmm.
So every single time I got on stage, I was ecstatic.
And that's how it should be. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why when we shouldn't point fingers and stuff like that. Like, but because of this, you like this, man. Because of this,
yeah,
no, you up there by yourself for you.
for
You
you.
know,
I'm
you showing
choosing
the
you.
judges. The judges are looking at you. They're looking at you and judging you by your, for you. So everybody else that's there, they're getting the same, they're getting chance, make judged also
That's
by for
right.
themselves. So
That's
it's
right.
up to us to put in that work, and stand
Yes.
out,
Can't be mad at the judges
instead of
because,
pointing.
yeah, like why?
I
Why?
mean,
Because
I've
that's
known that I've been in situations where I I I could have said that I put my very best forward,
Yeah,
and I said, and I was there, but I mean, it comes down to the judge.
yeah.
I
Comes
know.
down
but
to the
but
judge.
it goes like this. I think the judges need to, when especially certain divisions, need to stick to the criteria. When you see
Well, that,
Yes.
competitors
yeah.
that look like they should be doing physique or women's bodybuilding, tell them to move up.
Yes.
If you've seen certain
Yes.
competitors that should do
Yes.
physique, if you see bikini girls or even wellness girls who need to move up,
Yes.
and if you coming for, if you are you coming down from a division to get to switch yourself to another division, you're going to change the aspects of that division. You're going
Yes.
to, because if they don't cut it, they'll cut them at the knees. You're going to have the same problem you have
Yes.
now before.
Yes.
And that thing
Yes.
is,
Which,
and the
Mm-hmm.
judges also, when they tell you, because some of them, they are in a hurry to get a lot of people to talk to, and sometimes you have to really treat them with we'll give a little, a little sugar, so you just, get some feedback from them.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the feedback may not be working, depending on the judge. And I think that's why I talk about this sometimes on my channel. And also the thing with bodybuilding is the fact of the mental aspect, the physical aspect. When you are in prep, when you're dealing with body dysmorphia,
Oh, yeah.
when you love you, when you see your pictures, you're all vascular, ripped and shredded, and that's what these
Mm-hmm.
guys like to, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, King, it's an old smoke saying. He ladies say, "Well, y'all ladies rock hard, we'll rock hard," but that's just only for that period of time.
That's
And
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
take the off season, you enjoy being a little fluffy. You still got a
Yeah.
little buff to you, but but I
Mm-hmm.
think some people they try to try to look like the same audience. We can't, because you know what?
You
It can cause
cannot. It's not
It's
healthy.
not meant to, yeah, we're not meant to stay that way, you know?
No.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
It's not healthy. And I guess that's why a lot of us women go through that kind of depression stage, because it's hard to transition. As soon as they finish your prep and you transition in. I mean, it happened to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it did, but I think the longer you in this sport,
The more you accept it.
the more, yeah, and you have to know that you cannot look like a Skeletor.
For the duration,
you
right?
you
You can't,
cannot.
you
You
can't get
cannot
help.
because it's
You can't
not
grow.
healthy.
Yeah.
It is
It's
not
like,
healthy.
and it's so crazy because it's like in this, you are the healthiest when you are in this sport, right? Like
Yeah.
like in your
Mhm.
prep, you're because of the discipline, because you have to move your body, because you're building your body. you're eating, you're taking in the right foods, you're drinking, you're hydrating your body, you're taking
Mhm.
all the supplements to keep you healthy, all of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
until you get to prep. When you get to the end, literally, not the beginning, but the end of prep, it's not healthy. So you can't stay there. You
You
gotta go
cannot.
ahead and build
Your
your
body
body back
alone
up.
tells you.
It does.
People,
Yeah,
it tells you.
it does.
You
Like I'm
dragging. You literally dragging.
tired.
You can't sleep. You
Yeah,
can barely keep one eye open just to put the food in your mouth. Like literally, you on a stairmaster and you just trying to just like hold
feeling
on to the rail like this here,
feeling dead,
and you
dead,
just
dead.
asking God, just let my feet keep moving. If my feet keep moving, I can get through that 1 hour with a weight vest on. That is
Yeah.
about 40 pounds on my back.
Shoot, you be
Okay.
calling out to Jesus for real on in that last
Yes.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Like
that's
help
what
me
this.
God, help
Yeah,
me
You
God,
shaking like
help
this
me God.
here because your blood sugar and low because
you drain, you're dehydrated. You because
yes.
as we people who go to these shows or see it on pay per view, we see these ripped, amazing bodies.
Body
These,
on, yeah,
but then we don't realize what it took you to get to that level.
Uh-huh.
The
yeah,
dehydration, the hangry, the
Yes.
hungry,
Yes.
the
Yes.
just sometimes you have to pull yourself up every other day to keep moving. As
Uh-huh.
Rocky Balboa
Uh-huh.
would say, to keep moving forward. And
Yes.
and that's the thing
Yes.
is that people need to understand that. That's why I think we need to have a discussion like this with and also the IFBPC should also have sit down and talk to their athletes because we don't come to see the coaches or the trainers or the judges. We come to see y'all,
yeah,
and it
Yeah.
should be always like having little get-togethers where the athletes talk to the heads and the promoters and to,
True. So
and
true.
just and also be unaware of like coaches out there who can be risking some athletes' health. You know, there
yeah,
should be education because that's one thing. If there be more transparency in bodybuilding, I think it will help a long way. Maybe might get more people get interested in it.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
So, ladies, I'm
Mhm.
not gonna hold you much too longer because it's us older folks is like, oh, get that.
Yeah.
Ah.
I,
Listen, I'm here thinking about the food that I'm about to go and throw down right now.
I gotta edit a couple of clips from this and then and probably be watching TV and seeing TV's watching me. Sometimes at night I'll set the timer on and I have a CPAP. I put it on and and I set the TV
Got
on.
the
Then
time.
the TV's still on and it clicks off.
It's looking
When
at you.
yeah
Uh-huh. That's me. Don't worry, I'm right there with you.
yeah
Mm-mm.
She'll call me sometime and she'll like, "Are you down under?" I said,
That's what she said. She down under. You down under? I'm
yeah.
gonna start
My
being down under.
I remember when I went on my trip to Tampa, I fixed my bed up, and I came back. I look at my bed. It says, "My lover." It's been a long time since I touched a lady, but my bed is that's my lover. Just in there. Wrapped in,
"Exactly."
I still got quilts. My mom made me. One is Superman, one is a Batman. And, I still sleep with
Uh-huh.
them. That's
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. My
Hmm.
mom, like I said, my mom, she was one of the reasons why I started is because I keep saying this because taking care of her was a lot. And if you
Mm-hmm.
ever take care of somebody, because I know your mother passed away a while back,
Yeah.
Donna, and
Hmm.
it's tough to watch somebody you seen
You
who's like
love.
going through
Oh
something, and
yeah.
you
Yeah.
you try to find something. Doing this content, talk to you ladies, it really gets my spirits up because gives me something, gives me a purpose because she's gone now, and that was my purpose. Because
Yes.
again, as like you have sons, and and we also have this. Uh, our mothers is our woman. You are the
Mm-hmm.
first woman we ever loved. Girlfriends, boyfriends, come and go every other day. Wives, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you lose your mother, you can never replace it. You understand too about
Yes. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
doing this content and talking to ladies like this. This is really for me. It's a joy,
Mm-hmm.
and just and also and I learned sometimes I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm too hot for some, but just right for others. Yeah,
Just right for me, George.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
right. This is lovely.
Sorry, say like yeah, like you say, it's like when women tell you, say, yeah, you said, yeah, handsome young man. Say, yeah, oh, thank you, now. Yeah,
Let me make
it's like
sure you're right.
yeah, you just like you're like like you just like I'm so cool, but this is a good dialogue, and I think this is what really is needed,
It is.
to have good back and forth. and especially with y'all ladies, because I said this is my challenge by giving y'all ladies the chance to share your stories, like me and David, and also my man KL, the Wanderer. He usually comes in, but I think he's busy doing something else. The Female Bodybuilding Channel, DD used to do it a good bit. There's some other guys out there because everybody's going to pay attention to men's bodybuilding because I say this always, it's the bottom bitch. You know, pimping game, it's the bottom bitch. It gets the attention, it
Mhm.
gets the money, it gets the promotion. You know, guys
Yeah.
like Derek Lumford can get like nearly make $1 million in a season,
Mm,
while my girlfriend barely hits maybe a few $100,000 if she's lucky enough to be sponsored.
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but we all know that's the thing is it's either the guys or the TNA divisions that's wellness and bikini.
Hmm.
And women
Yeah.
like yourself who are still like Donna, you and I would be, Alicia, you're still in the trenches in the NPC, but excuse me, y'all still love what y'all do.
Yeah.
And you may not like the aspects of it, but you love the
Yes.
camaraderie y'all have gained, the passion, being back in the stage. I wouldn't mind being back in the stage with y'all ladies. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I gotta calm myself. you know, and just understanding all the factors involved with this. Like with
Yeah.
Alicia, I'm gonna say this: what would you want for yourself out of this sport in the long run?
Oh my God. I want to encourage ladies in the sport, like within it, just encouraging them to really enjoy it, to enjoy every stage of it, all the processes, loving on each other, just being able to have a community, somebody backing you, because again, so I have all my kids, but they're older now. One is leaving. I'm almost an empty nester, right? But then I know a lot of competitors that I met. They still have children and they're married and they got family, and this is just a real sport for them. But because of my background and what I've come from when I was married, and although I wasn't in bodybuilding when I lost all the weight, it was the same aspect, which is why I love bodybuilding. I had to do the exact same things, from prayer to sacrifice to it being selfish and not making it too selfish, because you still got your family, all of that same aspect. So I understand it all on every level. So that's what I see in this sport for myself. Of course, my stage aspirations, becoming a IFBB pro, just because I would like, that's the next level, right? I want to do that. But the community, just really, really gathering and being a part of, um, bringing the community closer. Like you said, to be
Mhm.
able to mentor people, to be able to tell them your experiences and encourage them in their new experiences and all of that. Whereas a lot of people aren't discussing a lot of the different issues, just so that they know. I came in green. I'm learning a lot from Donna. I didn't know a lot at all. From the shows, that what you need to do to, oh my God. And I'm able in turn now, because of that, I'm encouraging a lot of people online, just because, I mean,
Mhm.
we need that. It helped me when I did learn. So that's what I see for myself,
And
just
and then
helping, sharing. Yeah.
and also for you, because that's your story would help, other women out there, or even the younger ladies,
Yeah.
that it's not all about the gear to be a
That's,
bodybuilder.
that's, and even
you
from the
know
natural perspective,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's what some of them are scared of, is
To
like,
start, yeah.
going over to the dark side. But you don't have to go over to the dark
Yeah, and
side.
I'm realizing that you don't have to, like I said, I when I first started, I competed in INBF and the WNBF, WBNBF or something like that. WNB, whatever that was. I did that side. I didn't know the difference. I didn't even know there was an NPC. I just didn't know. And when I did find out about NPC and came over and found out about the other natural tracks as well, it was like I wanted to be over here because it was super competitive. I need to get my body to look like that. This is before I knew about gear. Yeah, I didn't know anything about
Mhm.
any of that. I'm just like, I'm about to push this weight. I'm gonna build my body, basically. And coming from losing from almost 300 pounds and losing all that weight, I had the journey for that as well, was to build my body back up. So it's
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
I know a doctor told me that I needed to have like a whole body lift and the 360 things, that I ran out of that. I was so scared. I was like,
Mhm.
I can't, I can't. Oh no. I was like, and of course I struggle a lot with just loose skin and trying to build muscle into that body when I
Yeah,
lost all of
yeah,
that fat. But I was
yeah.
determined, and I'm still determined that
Mm-hmm.
I will continue to just build and build and build in my body. Maybe I won't need surgery. Maybe I can build enough muscle. That's something Donna and I talk about all the time. I'm always like, you think I can do it? I'm gonna keep trying. I have to
Hmm.
keep doing. I have to. You tell
Yeah,
me I can't do it. If you tell me I can't, I'm just challenge driven. I'm gonna try to do it.
and
I,
she's
I,
she's doing it on a
I
daily,
gotta see. Yeah,
on a daily.
and every season since I've been in this sport, I have watched my body change, and that skin issue that I have from the weight loss get better and
Yeah.
better and
Yes.
better. So now it's like surgery is so far behind me because no matter how long it takes. Donna been doing this for 10 years. 11 years. I've only been doing it now coming into my fifth year. So I have time. Like I said, like you always say as well, the sport is here, and with all the other great aspects of it, with meeting the people, loving on people, being able to share your story and all that, our girl power and community, I have that goal as well. So it's beautiful and you can still do it naturally.
Yeah,
um,
and
yeah, I'm
enjoy
just
it.
watching.
Enjoy
Yeah,
it.
I'm just watching my body do its thing. As I work hard.
Mhm.
So
And
I think that'd be a great inspiration.
we have a comment from a man unedited. He just popped in. He says, "Love the show, uplifting, inspiring. Or is one is limitless." Also, he says this. Shout to him. He says, "Alicia, you're limitless, girl." And also, he says this. Also, blessings to you all. Appreciate that, brother.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
thank you
yeah,
so
that's
much.
that's thing, And again, people, if you're interested in following Alicia, her links description of this live, reach out and your interest. I don't want to hear some weird guys. She got five boys, five boys. Like if you go, if you like, have your, I don't think you mentioned that you shouldn't have gone to your shows too much, have they?
Well, no. So yeah, I got three girls and five boys. Only one of my girls has seen and come to one of my shows, just one. But I was sad, like, oh, they've not ever been able to come to my shows. But she was able to come my last show at Matches USA. That was so, so lovely. Oh my God. Just to be able to share that part of my life
Yeah,
with her
yeah.
was beautiful. Like, they've watched, like when I went to Chicago Pro, they watched me, on stage because it was a live stream. So they did get to see, they see
Mhm.
pictures and all that in Instagram, but to actually be there, they just the one baby.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that'd be
it's beautiful.
that'd be great. If all your kids are there, your boys are standing there because that's their mom on stage. That's your mom, yay, yay. And then there's some guys sit on the side. That's your mom. Who's that? Hey, hey! You get jumped on. You're like, who's that? Oh, God. Oh, I can't take those boys nowhere. Say no, that's our mama. Man, hey,
Right?
yo, yo. I he'll be like, she would say, I didn't say anything. I'm just gonna be entertained. We got here. Shout out to a man, Josh Simpkins, coming through. Women's Bodybuilding Empire Nation. Shout out to stand up. He says, "Happy Saturday, George, Alicia, and loving arms." Thank you, brother. Also, shout out to Eddie. He says, "Not easy being you, girl." Yeah, it's not because
Yeah.
Mhm.
like the great
No.
Ry Coleman said like this. He says, everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but no one wants to lift this heavy ass weight.
I know.
Man, right. Right.
So, so
Hey,
as you
dog.
know, yeah. So the plan is to do the national show in Pittsburgh. That's coming up in May.
Yes.
Plan
Mhm.
for you is doing Chicago. Probably repeat and get your title again as the 40 over champion.
Yeah.
And then she says she's retiring, but if she gets that title, that means and this is where I'm hoping. I'm hoping they do the Masters. They probably won't announce it till maybe middle of this year. They
Probably
might do
middle.
it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
where it'll be.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
would love to see it do in the States.
I hope so.
Because
Yeah.
you know what, there's more master shows here, like Chicago.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
There's the Max Fit, the
Mhm.
Tampa Bay,
Mm-hmm.
the World Championship in Pittsburgh. I
Hmm.
mean, there are more master
Yes.
shows here. There's like maybe they just started a couple of master shows overseas because it's not as popular overseas, but there's more shows here. I know
Yeah.
one lady I met while I was at Tampa, Oksana Prairie. She would love to do it, but she has visa issues. She got invited 1 year, but she couldn't do it because she has visa issues. She's originally from Russia, but she lives here.
Yeah.
I remember one lady I met, April. She just made her pro debut. She turned pro 11 years ago, and she won the 40 plus for women's physique. But her and Keisha, it was too late because it was just barely 2 weeks to that show. That should have pushed it back for this in 2027 instead of for that year. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got to think about it.
Yeah.
You get the cost of traveling, and you know how much it's
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh
it's
yes.
That was
it,
yeah.
That
and then
was yeah.
and then
Yeah.
that promoter, he's banned.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That
he
is
got
so good.
banned because
Yeah.
That was
Jake,
crazy.
because Jake had to come out of pocket, and I'm a fan of Jake. Jake, he's the guy who stepped up. Every time I say his name, I got to do it. I got to do it. I can't help it. Say, yo, Jake, I want
Mhm.
that money. I want that gun. I can't
Yeah,
help
he
it.
was so. We met him. He was there. He was really really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs the Olympia. He's the guy who saved women's bodybuilding when it was almost under, but now he's focusing on Olympia. And that promoter is banned because I know I was talking with I think Tracy, Tiana Flex were telling me, Rashana Boswell, a couple other ladies who were in the top 5 in the divisions that got the
Mm-hmm.
prize money. They were still waiting on their checks, and that's some bullshit. If you can't put up the money, honey, you can't. You might as well.
Don't.
Then
Yes,
then yeah.
because it
Then
was
no
so
no.
much,
Yeah.
so much to pay to go over there that they have to pay a hotel. I mean, you have to be there long. You can't just come the day before.
No, you cannot.
It's
Mm-mm.
no way. That's a long stay. Then you have food. I mean, it's just a lot, and then you don't pay the people out.
Not
Crazy.
nice.
That's crazy.
And
All
like
we and then we got that one jacket.
Oh, the one jacket.
with the
Yeah.
at the Olympia, they give you a jacket, a suit, and everything else, and boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
I hope whoever becomes a promoter next time around, if you do in the States, maybe it's Tim Gardner, maybe it's Steve Weinberger, or somebody else. Maybe it's Gary Unitt because he does the Masters Championship. I would say I would like to do it, do it in Orlando because that's where we
Oh
had the Olympia
man,
Oh,
for a
that'd
couple
be
of years.
lovely.
that
That
would
Yeah.
be lovely.
because
Yeah.
going to Vegas, that's just about expensive. But Orlando would be
Hmm.
reasonable, and I think a lot of ladies told me they loved it when they had it in Orlando because it's easy to get around. It's more to do, especially if you have family. It's not a
Yeah,
lot to do if you have little
Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Vegas.
in Vegas. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really really crowded there, but the
Hmm.
Olympia is definitely beautiful in Vegas. It is beautiful. It
Mhm.
really is.
Well, I'm hoping I'm going to be going one of these days. I gotta pay Peter. I gotta steal from Paul to pay Peter to do that. But
You sound like
I'm
me.
yeah.
Robin, Peter, and Paul.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I live on a
Robbing
budget.
Peter to pay Paul.
It's about the end of the month for me. I'm already about broke, so
Mhm.
I have to pay the rent and the light bill, and
Oh yeah.
and just saw the news, dumbass in chief. Oh, that man, I just
Oh,
oh god, oh my god, I just, Obama, we need you. Every time I see like a thing with Obama, I want to cry so bad.
oh,
I just want to say, I feel like that crackhead from Music Society, Mr. Obama. I want you to come back. I do anything,
I
Mr. Obama.
know. Please.
I even suck
Please.
yo.
Please.
But that's how it is. We're just gonna have to survive. We like as black people, we've been through worse. We can bear. We can live. We all
Yeah.
right.
We are
We
survivors.
we
We
God is
survive.
are
God
survivors.
is definitely our provider. We don't
Yes.
forget
He,
about
like
Yes.
my mom told me, trust and believe, son. He's there for you. So,
Yes.
it.
so
Yes.
again, ladies, I appreciate the time you gave to me for this. Fellas, if you want to follow, I can put Donna's link in here later, but you can follow her. I've done interviews with her. You can follow her on her IG and also other platforms. You also Alicia's links is here. If you're someone interested in me reaching out to these ladies and guys, don't be like I've seen Donna's videos where she's all sweaty and she's like, oh yeah, gay guys, come on. Calm down, you freaks. I've
Oh
seen
my
some of
God.
Alicia's videos too. Calm down, you sick freaks. This is what you want to do. You reach out to ladies like this, say, ladies, we love your passion. Maybe we can do a podcast with you, something like that. Maybe get you out
Mhm.
there, get attention for you, maybe help
Yeah.
you, and also
Yeah.
get your promotion. But guys, don't be that weird guy saying, yeah, I like your sexy accent, Donna. I love
Mhm.
your smile, Alicia. But stop it, you freaks. I say it like this, guys, to get more with a silk glove than an iron fist. I know what you're doing to iron fist.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
So,
right.
so ladies, you have anybody you want to shout out for? I'll let you go.
I want to shout out my coach in with Invictus Fitness just for being who he is and keeping me on a good track. Donna loves him too because he has
Mhm.
definitely done a great
Yes.
job with this lady. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah, I thank God for him. And of course, we shout not Donna. Shout out to my family, for being so patient and loving through all of this bodybuilding,
Hmm.
and my clients for always supporting me and shouting me out online as well. Yeah, so it's
Yeah. And for me, it's always gonna be Chris Darby. Yeah. And it's gonna be my ride or die,
mm-hmm.
hands down. If you see us walking through the streets of Japan, you know what I'm talking about. So that's what I call her, my ride or die. My family, my last daughter, she's off to college now, so I'm an empty nester.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
except for a dog and a cat. And, and they see the times when I come in and I'm hungry and I was like, get out of my way right now. To my church people, OMG, my pastor
Mhm.
and Eagle Heights church is amazing, amazing, amazing people that I can't even you know, it's so much. And my
Yes.
family back in Barbados that always, they're always there ready to just cheer me on the whole time, the whole way through all of my life, even from running track. Like my parents are gone now, but before, they came and just took over from where my dad left off, to cheer me on and to like even build me up there back home. So when I go back home, I'm kind of like a little celebrity, so yeah.
Yes.
Especially
Yes.
now being a label as
Olympian.
an Olympian, yeah.
Olympian,
So
yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
It
so
doesn't matter if it's master or the main street. You're still an
An
Olympian.
Olympian.
and
That's
yes,
why.
That's
yes,
Yes,
all that that
yes.
is. That
that's
is what
exactly
it,
why
that
I.
is what it
I
Yes,
is.
that's
wanted
why I
that so
tagged her
much for
there.
track, and I didn't get it, and now I got it being a bodybuilder.
There
So
you go. Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh no, okay. He can't help himself. Oh yeah, ladies. I want to say thank you for this time. It's just amazing to have two buff ladies here at the same time. That's my fantasy, and I want to tell y'all both, you are beautiful.
he always have to get the
Uh-huh.
last say.
I'm
Thank
just,
you, friend. Thank you,
I,
friend.
yeah, I gotta see specials about him. I just, but he completes me. So, folks, I'd like to think you love you, ladies, and take that out, talk to me.
Thank
Wish you
you.
best of luck. Again, as I say often, you don't ever have to. That's why I do this to give y'all ladies a voice to talk about what you feel like you talk about. Share your thoughts. This is
Yeah.
what my channel does because this is my purpose. I don't have much. I don't have no babies like y'all do, and the one woman I had, she's been gone, and that was my woman. And to get to talk to women like yourself who found something that's a passion and
Yeah.
that drives you. And one thing I think this is one thing that really helped me when I was losing my weight was talk to you ladies, hear your story. I need to be
Mhm.
more disciplined. I'm not perfect, I know, but I respect your consistency and discipline. That's something that I need to rework on myself. I had
Yeah.
to learn. Sometimes I had to learn to get my own way. Like when I went to
Yeah.
Savannah,
Hmm.
went to my first
Hmm.
vitamin show, went to Tampa to help my friend. Just really doing this and really putting myself out there and
Yeah.
really get
Yeah.
to hear y'all ladies story. Maybe we get
Hmm.
to maybe get a chance to get to meet because Chicago doesn't have women's bodybuilding. Um, I'm like this. I'm not going to support that. I will support shows that do support the women's bodybuilding division, but again, I'm also support y'all ladies who are in the sport and respect your passion and respect your drive. So, folks, I think my man, Josh coming through. I shout out to my man Jeff, also edit. all who watch this live, comment, subscribe, support us, support these men and women in the sport of bodybuilding. Reach out when genuine interest. Sponsorship does help. Um,
Yeah.
get these really, get the voice out there and
Yeah.
realize that what this is a sport that if you are determined to do it and you're consistent and disciplined to do it, you can go a long way. But
Yeah.
understand, there's a lot of sacrifices you can make, and those sacrifices, investments to your future is who you are as a bodybuilder and an athlete.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, ladies, I appreciate your time, and like I said again, if you ever want to come back here and shoot the shit, you are a welcome guest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoy your weekend. The rest of it tomorrow is Sunday, then Monday. Oh God, like I don't have a job
Bye.
anymore. Don't worry about that. But anyway, I think
I
the
know.
lovely Miss Alicia Jarmon and also the lovely IFB Pro Physique competitor Donna Jones. Wish you best of luck upcoming this season. This is your man on George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out. Good night. Good luck. God bless, and see you next time.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.